welcome to my channel, Edible Thoughts Makes. My name is Stephanie, and this channel is where I share with you my works in progress, finished projects, books I'm reading, things I'm cooking up, funny things the kids say. My hope is that as you watch this episode and the previous episodes that you find some inspiration along the way. Today is April 14th, I think, year 2020. This is episode number 27. Here we are with another vlog style episode today. Let's see, we are not quite at noon yet today. I have a load of laundry in the wash with kitchen linens up next. And then I poached some chicken to make a chicken chili later. So I started the slow cooker. I have riced cauliflower in there, I think black beans, cannellini beans, diced tomatoes, and then chicken stock. Yeah, so that's what's going, and so we'll have chicken chili for dinner tonight. And what else? I have some tea going in my thermos, and the kids have run off playing somewhere, and so they haven't quite started their school stuff yet. Yesterday we finished up school from last week, and so hopefully today we'll get Monday's stuff going. But yeah, so we're just taking it day by day and doing what we can. It looks like a nice day out today. Not all the snow has melted, but a lot of it has melted that we got over the weekend, and so hopefully we'll get a good walk out today, or maybe take the bikes or get out the sidewalk chalk, something. So we need to go outside and enjoy some of the fresh air. So I wanted to share with you a test knit that I did back in February of 2020, and it is a fingering weight hat by Athena of athena.makes on Instagram. She is releasing this pattern through Sweet Georgia Yarns, and I made mine out of Malabrigo sock yarn, but the motif is boba tea. Look at those tapioca pearls. It is so cute. So this is my first fingering weight hat. I always figured, oh, it's gonna take forever, though I've made a fingering weight sweater, which did take forever, and I keep getting tempted to make more of them because I do like the feel of them, and I like how they look, and you can make much finer color work motifs because the stitches are so much smaller. However, it takes forever, and maybe it's just not my thing right now. The sweater that I'm wearing is my first adult sized color work sweater, and it is knit in like worsted Aran weight yarn. It's I think Lion Brand's Touch of Alpaca, so it's an acrylic blend with I think like 10% alpaca. And I love this sweater, and it worked up super fast. But yeah, you can kind of see it there. Anyway, so back to the hat. So it's a fingering weight colorwork hat, and this actually worked up really fast. I think I made it in about 2 weeks, and it wasn't like I worked on it constantly because I'm always working on other projects at the same time. But if you dedicated just time to this one project, you could probably knit it up quicker than in 2 weeks. I recommend picking a solid color or semi-solid if you're going to match it with a variegated or semi-solid or speckled yarn. That way you can see your color work or your tapioca balls better. I absolutely loved knitting this up. I followed I can't remember now if I followed the written or the charted pattern, but both are included, and it doesn't use up a ton of yarn. There's a version that's a little more fitted and a version that's a little more slouchier, and I just love it. I knit mine all up using 16-inch circulars, and then I switched to double-pointed needles for the decreases. But yeah, all my notes are on my Ravelry page, and I'll link to that below so you can go check it out. But yes, the pattern released today, and it is super fun. So go check it out. Bye. now it's snowing again and really windy, so that idea of going outside and playing is not happening today. The snow is coming down at almost horizontally right now. Yeah, I don't think we're going outside. So instead, I'm going to make this 4-ingredient Nutella mug cake that I found. And when I was telling the kids, they thought I said mud, so they thought I was going to make a mud cake. And I suppose it's brown. And I mean, I told them they can call it whatever they want. So I'm going to be doing that instead of us going outside today. Yeah.